Today, let's take a closer look at the Taurus Tracker 627. But first things first, this is one fun handgun to shoot. Possibly my favorite .357 Magnum revolver in my collection for banging away at steel plates and general planking. The ergonomics, smooth trigger and accuracy are excellent. Recoil is manageable even with full power .357 Magnum rounds. Loaded up with 38 specials, and it's an absolute pleasure to shoot. The Tracker 627 is a 7-round .357 Magnum weighing in at just under 38 ounces. It's a double action revolver and does utilize a hammer transfer bar safety. The barrel on this model is 4 inches and ported, and the rear sights are fully adjustable. The satin stainless finish is also very nicely done. With full power Magnum loads, the porting reduces muzzle whip considerably, and that's always a plus for someone like me who has a touch of arthritis. Now to the heart of this review. Years ago, Taurus had, shall we say, a shaky reputation within the shooting community. Some of their early production pistols, both revolvers and semi-autos, occasionally had a few quality control issues. In recent years, Taurus has really stepped up their game and began producing high-quality firearms. The Tracker 627 is no exception. It's remarkably similar to the Smith & Wesson 686 Plus. For the most part, this isn't by chance. Some years ago, both companies were owned by the same investment group. Basically, they had Taurus begin cloning Smith & Wesson revolver designs in Brazil and selling them at a lower price point. By the way, their Smith & Wesson clones are of excellent quality. The exterior finish may not be quite up to Smith & Wesson standards, but the price reflects that. As to the similarities to the Smith & Wesson 686 Plus, I own both, but to be honest, I actually shoot the Taurus more often than the Smith for 2 reasons. The Tracker's a little softer shooting because of the porting. Secondly, I paid considerably less for this Taurus. I don't worry as much about feeding it a steady diet of hot Magnum ammo that, given time, could accelerate the wear and tear on a somewhat more expensive Smith & Wesson revolver. While otherwise similar in design to the Smith 686, the Tracker features a radically different grip design. The 627 uses a coil spring arrangement for the hammer. This design doesn't require a conventional arched backstrap, normally necessary for a flat hammer spring setup. Without the arched backstrap, the way the grips mount is also different. The grips simply slide over the grip frame and are retained by a single mounting screw. The plus side to this whole setup is that the coil spring system is a little simpler to service, and perhaps just a little bit more tunable. I actually didn't care for the rubber grips that came with the Tracker. With the 627's grip frame design, they felt a little mushy for my taste, so I swapped them out for a firmer set of Pacmar Diamond Pro grips. In my opinion, they also look better. Hogue also makes grips of these pistols if you prefer the Hogue mono grip. Let's face it, the .357 Magnum is no slouch when it comes to recoil, and for some, it's the upper end of their recoil tolerance. But given its track record, the .357 Magnum is an undisputed man-stopper. This pistol's porting does help with recoil, and in my mind, this would allow a recoil-sensitive shooter more confidence in handling this potent round in a personal defense situation. For less experienced shooters, a revolver is definitely less complicated to use, especially in a high-stress situation. This pistol does have a security feature located just behind the hammer that uses a small key to lock out the firing mechanism. For those of you with small children at home and no secure place to store the pistol, just might find this to be a useful feature. As a camp or woods gun, the Tracker 627 is more than capable of handling anything on 2 legs, most anything on 4 legs for that matter. Personally, I'd feel a little better packing a heavy caliber rifle in big bear country. Otherwise, a .357 Magnum is usually more than enough. Taurus also makes a 6.5-inch barrel version of the Tracker 627 that would make an excellent choice for hunting medium-sized game. I find this 4-inch version perfect to carry in the field as a potent all-around utility revolver. As a home defense handgun, it's more than capable. Bottom line, have I encountered any problems with this Taurus revolver? To date, none. I fired well over 1,500 rounds of full-power Magnum ammo through it, and a big bucket full of .38 specials without a single hitch. As long as I clean and maintain it properly, I don't foresee any future issues. For a quality revolver in the $450 price range, the Tracker 627 is an excellent value. As far as Taurus quality or reliability issues go, that was Taurus then. This is Taurus now.